today we have Bobby Lombardi and Ralph Richbourg from the ADC team. And I think maybe you want to just introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Bobby. So this year, I am working on Audio Developer Conference like last year. Last year we were all online. We did not do the in-person last year. But this year I'm functioning as the ADC chair, and we are super excited to show you some stuff. I work for Pace Anti-Piracy, and I will pass the mic to Ralph to let him introduce himself.
I'm Ralph. I'm also working with ADC, and I'm also with Pace Anti-Piracy. My role with the ADC is design and visual director. So what we're going to show you today is our virtual venue. It's called Gather, and so we'll go ahead and show that. But you know, this conference this year will be a hybrid conference. There'll be a live portion in London, and that occurs next week. Right, November 15th and 16th, and there'll be the virtual as well. So
yeah,
you should want me to go ahead and start sharing?
Or? Yeah, no, I wanted to go ahead and maybe I would imagine many of your viewers already know this, but Timur and Josh are also part of the ADC team. I just wanted to give a big shout out to both of them. Timur is our program chair this year, as last year as well. And I have to say the program is one of the most impressive programs for a conference. It's just lovely. If you haven't seen it, you know, audio.dev, check out the schedule. And it's just full of just the most amazing talks. And they range from beginner level to intermediate, advanced, some nice panels. I mean, Timur, you did a knockout job this year. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much. But actually, you know, it's mostly the people who submitted these talks and people who voted on them, which is quite a lot of people. Actually, one thing I want to mention quickly about this, because it's really cool. We have, as you already mentioned, we have a hybrid conference, which means you can either participate online in the platform that we're going to see in a minute or on site in London. But the cool thing is that no matter whether the speaker is online or on site, or whether you're online or on site, everyone gets to see all the talks, because the on-site talks are going to be streamed online and the online talks are going to be streamed into the venue. So just wanted to mention that because I think it's really cool. I have never been to a conference where that has been done before. So I'm really looking forward to you know, seeing that in action.
And it's truly interactive, right, Timur? I mean, I think the whole point is that there'll be moderation both on the online and the in-person, so that anyone online can feel like they're asking questions in real time. And then we've done our best to incorporate things like Discord to keep that interactivity and networking going. But also you'll see now in a few minutes when Ralph takes us through Gather, there's even more ways to network and be involved and feel like you're kind of present, right? I mean, that was a big part of it. I wanted to give another shout out now to Josh. Josh is our chair of our workshops this year. And it's also important to note that the workshops for ADC are all online. They happen the Friday of next week. So the in-person hybrid online conference is November 15th and 16th, Monday, Tuesday. And then on Friday of that week, on the 19th of November, is the online workshops. And the online workshops are being presented in participation and collaboration with the audio programmer. So if you head over to audio.dev and look at the workshops, you'll see that. And Josh, you want to say any awesome words about the great work you did there? I mean, killer workshops this year.
Yeah, once again, it's just been a privilege working with the ADC team this year. And what's been amazing is that Timur and I have been working with ADC for quite a while, actually. And when we started, it was really a 3 or 4 person team, and it's amazing to see how this has grown into something that has become that has expanded a lot into this hybrid experience. And I think that for anybody that comes to the conference, whether in person or online, I think you'll see that there's an extra added polish and an extra added experience that maybe has not been there in years past, and that's very much a testament to the work that the team has done. So now we have I think about 10 or 11 people that are actually part of the ADC team working on all kinds of bits, from sponsorship to the amazing experience that Ralph is going to be showing you in Gather, to the website, to our code of conduct team, and even more. So it's great to be part of this conference, and proud that this thing that we started just a couple of years ago as a simple YouTube channel has grown into something that now we have a partnership with the Audio Developer Conference, and I'm really excited to show you maybe a little bit later what workshops we're actually going to be presenting and the people we're actually collaborating with for this. So I'll hand it over to you, Ralph, to take things away.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say one last thing about the conference and the sponsorships. Just say, you mentioned the team, but the sponsors were just amazing this year. I have to say, they really stepped up. The whole conference is being made possible by their generous support. It's really just amazing how many sponsors stepped up this year. So we really feel the love. I believe almost all the sponsors in some form or another will be there in person, which is also just amazing, right? So you get that as well. And you mentioned the team level, but just like you said, the number of volunteers that are stepping up also for online, in person, helping us moderate, code of conduct. I mean, I think all in, that team is probably close to 50, 60 people all in with the volunteers, and it's just amazing. So that's been great. Just a quick word about the workshops that we were just talking about with the audio programmer. Typically at prior ADCs, you would have to pay for the workshops or pay an additional fee to your ticket. What I find is unique this year is we decided to make workshops part of your ticket. So there is no additional charge for workshops this year. So even if you come in and do an online only ticket as a student, it's £35, very low fee. And that includes all of the workshops. So I think that's super exciting this year, and hopefully opens up just the accessibility to those workshops to people that may have not looked at them in the past because thought they were too expensive. So I'd like to continue a lot of that tradition with workshops going forward. So it's just great stuff. So enough of a plug there on the conference. If you want to check it out, it's audio.dev. I think you're right. Let's hand it over to Ralph as our head of the design mind, the person behind the green curtain. Take us there.
Yeah, so this is the Gather Space, and it's a virtual venue, and it's kind of configured like a little video game where you use your ASDW keys to wander around, or your arrow keys, and you could just wander around, and you have a little avatar, which you could totally customize and build. And when I made my avatar, I forgot the H. I was going in the fast, and I stuck with it. I'm Ralph online over here. So this is me, and you can see Bobby here, and he shows up. The interesting thing is that when we walk away, you'll see the video fades away. And as I get closer, he pops in. And if our microphones were on, we would be able to have a conversation there. And anybody could kind of walk by each other and start talking. And it's really builds for interactive experience. Some of this is the where you'll land. This is the help desk, and we're going to put in some information in here. But you'll see that there's some areas where there's little carpets and tables, and these would be private spaces where we'll be able to get in, and only the people that fit on this private space can have the conversation, and everyone else outside will not hear your discussion. But let me show you the expo hall, because this is kind of interesting. So this is where our sponsors are going to have their booths, and you'll be able to walk up to any of these kiosks, and you will be able to, let me see if I could do one that, I think there's one right here. Yeah, if you hit the X button, you'll see a video come in, and you'll be able to hit play and interact with the items that are within the booth. If we come over to this booth, I believe that we have the job board, so you'll be able to see any kind of job postings that the published or that the sponsors are using here. We can keep walking through, and you'll see that every one of these booths is customized. They did a really good job putting together some of their products and product information. Let's get over to the juice booth just because it's a lot of fun. It's down over here. This is still a work in progress, so we're still building this out. But there's a lot of interactivity and a lot of areas that you can kind of wander around through in here. I want to show you a couple of things. So let's go all the way across the conference hall. So you kind of have to walk your way around, and you'll see that we have track rooms right here. And these are the track rooms where the talks will happen. So you'll go inside of one of these, and you will find yourself in a space where you're going to come up and take a chair, and you'll sit down, and it's not linked right now, but you would hit the X button, and you would see the Zoom talk. And so this is where you would sit, and along with all your peers. And this is the largest space that we have. Let me go up and show you another smaller space. So this is track 2.
And I want to just mention, you know, I have to say, like, it's hard to follow Ralph around, but one of the cool features about this is you can actually locate someone. Just you can see everyone that's online, and you can search for folks and see where they are. And then what I did was I just right-clicked on Ralph's name, and I just said locate him on the map, or follow him, and I can just kind of quickly find where Ralph was. So you can see how quick Ralph is running through this, but you can find people pretty quick, and you can also see that, like, you know, networking and speaking to people, meeting people. This is really what the big thing is about Gather, that you can have these like nice conversations with other attendees.
Right. Yeah. So there's be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a really good online experience that people will have. And we built in some fast travel, so that way you don't want to wander around. You just go right to these fast travel pads, and it'll jump you right to the spot. One last thing I'm going to show you that's a lot of fun. Is that the actual physical space at CodeNode has something called a space bar. And so we decided to keep that space bar and put it inside the virtual. And it's kind of a hangout space where people will be able to kind of socialize. And so these areas, again, will be private areas for the people that could fit on these tables. But if you're standing just out in the open space, anyone within earshot can hear you. But I want to show you the Cloud Lounge, because this is kind of exciting, and it's this little blue arrow that hits right here, and it will take me up to the roof, and we have a rooftop patio up here, and we have a bunch of video games that are up here. We have a little park area, and we have poker tables.
Hey, Ralph, maybe it's worth mentioning that, you know, these are a lot of kind of fun ways to socialize with other folks, but you mentioned the video games. There actually is going to be something called the, what did it call it? The ADC Quiz Hunt, I think is what it was called. Is that right? Yes. ADC Quiz Hunt is a game that's only going to be inside of this Gather environment for ADC 21, and there's going to be some pretty awesome prizes. So there'll be a leaderboard, and basically you'll be hunting for clues, and then gathering those clues, submitting them, and in that real-time leaderboard, you'll see who's in the lead. And this year, the prizes are just absolutely nuts. Those same generous sponsors, you know, basically ponied up a number of hardware and software prizes. So very excited about that.
Yeah, the Cloud Lounge is put together by Pace Anti-Piracy and the iLock Cloud. So thanks to the team for putting this together.
Wait, is this a dance floor? Oh my goodness.
That's a dance floor. That's a dance floor. Oh, you dance by hitting the X. No, it's a Z. Z to the Z. There you go.
Ralph, you want to dance with me? Come on.
Yeah, I'm dancing. I need to actually dance on the dance floor, I think. There you go.
There you go. Solid.
Done. And there's piano. So if you see a piano, you can walk up to it and interact with it, and it will load the piano player in here, and this will actually play. And yeah, it's a cooperative piano. So Bobby's playing and I'm playing at the same time. So that's exciting. Let's see, what else do we have up here? But anyways, it's just a lot of fun. It's a good time to socialize in a virtual venue where it's really difficult to do that, because otherwise you're just clicking Zoom links and just going through watching videos. So this lets you be interactive. You can talk to your peers and ask, what do you think about, you know, whatever you do at normal conferences. So this is really good. Yeah, if we cut across over here, you could see the London skyline, which is kind of cool. So anyway, is there any questions or anything like that?
We don't seem to have any questions in the chat, but I thought that maybe this would be a good moment just to talk a little bit more about just the general overview of ADC for people who may not be familiar. What is the conference about? Also, just in terms of the online experience, how would people tune in, and what does that schedule look like? Would they be able to ask questions live? Things like that. So I'm sure Bobby has a lot to speak about on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point that, you know, some folks maybe have not heard of the conference in the past. You know, it's in its 7th year. So it is an event that is all about audio development technologies, and it can range pretty much on any topic. So it could be from oh gosh, audio DSP, processing, game audio, embedded systems. There's just a little bit of everything. And I hope if you get a moment, check out the, like I said, the schedule that Teamer had put together. There's just talks that kind of touch every aspect of audio tech, audio technologies. So getting into how the schedule was put together this year, because we wanted to go back in person, but we wanted to create a schedule that also made sense for other territories like the Americas and Asia Pacific, where, you know, these London-based kind of conference times don't really work out for everyone, because they kind of start kicking off around, say, 2 a.m. in the California time zone. So what we did this year was the conference does run on a London time type conference, so like your 8 to 6 o'clock type style, but there is a number of rebroadcasts that occur with the morning sessions that occur into the evening. And that sort of helps our America's attendees feel like they're more part of it, but also get to attend and ask questions, but also get to view them in sort of watch party style with other attendees from that same time zone or in other parts of the world in those same virtual track rooms that Ralph was just showing you. So that's there. There's also the ability to essentially see a vault of all the recordings of the talks that have happened so far. So you can essentially watch talks on demand. And I believe the way the technology is set up with the conference this year, pretty much within an hour, a live talk that just happened would get uploaded into that vault. And so that just provides yet another way to have attendees all around the world feel like they can access the materials while the conference is going on. The Gather environment that you just saw is live the entire time. So that Gather virtual experience opens up the evening before or the day before on Sunday of the conference. It kind of shuts down after that second day of the conference, but then opens back up again for the workshops. So that same interactive environment is also there during the workshops. And then the Discord server will be up the entirety of the conference. So that also starts up, I believe, Thursday of this week and provides yet another way to interact. So I guess the thinking this year as we designed the conference was, how do we make it as inclusive as possible for attendees that just can't make it in person in London? Or let's say you are in London and you're still not feeling a little too sure about the whole COVID situation and maybe online made more sense. This is yet another way to interact. That was a great question and a lot of stuff I said. So
yeah, I should actually add that I think the vast majority of talks are actually going to be rebroadcast. So if you live in a very different time zone, like you don't have to worry about missing out on anything. I think it's really a great idea that if you purchase a ticket, you can either view the talks live or you can view the replays together with other people, or you can just view them in your own time by accessing this vault. So it's really just kind of a very, very flexible way to be part of it. So I think that's really exciting. That again, we haven't quite done it like this before. So I'm really excited how it's going to be in the end. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. And yeah, we haven't done this before, so it'll be interesting. And I really hope that people participate and interact, and that social connectivity is something that's unique to these conferences that people should really take advantage of.
Yeah, and just a reminder that that one of the tracks of the conference will be broadcast live via the Juice YouTube page. So make sure you subscribe to that if you're not already subscribed. And the rest of the conference talks will be rolled out over time for people who haven't purchased a conference ticket. But if you want access to all those talks all at once or as they happen, be sure to get yourself a virtual ticket. It's not that expensive, and it provides great value opportunities for jobs if you're looking for those, opportunities to meet other audio developers. So it really is a great return on investment for people that are looking to possibly come out.
That's a really good point, Josh. Yeah, it's of course the talks are such a big part of it, but the networking, if you're looking for just for meeting more people in this space, I mean, this is such a great community. It provides such a wonderful opportunity to interact with others attending, whether it be online, in person, on Discord, you name it. You mentioned the jobs. The jobs are a big part of it. All of the sponsors have openings that they want to fill. So they are all there actively recruiting, and we will help them out by posting a number of those job adverts in different places throughout the conference. Even keep an eye on audio.dev website. There'll be a new tab that opens up with the jobs when the conference opens as well. So yeah, there's just a lot of excitement in that space. You mentioned the stream to YouTube. That's right. Like I keep forgetting that that's a good part of it. If you can't, attend the conference any way, shape, or form, just know that if you subscribe to the channel and go over to the Juice YouTube site, you'll see that not only are previous talks from the last 6 audio dev conferences posted on that channel, but that's also where we'll host the live stream of one of the main tracks for November 15th and November 16th.
Yeah, great. And was there anything else you wanted to mention? If not, I'll talk a little bit about the workshops that we're doing as well.
Yeah, no, I would say I would really encourage anyone listening, if you have questions, we'd love to answer them. And if you have any questions even about virtual conference spaces and kind of what's been built out, we have a lot of experience now in this space. Last year, we used the Remo virtual conference platform. This year, we moved over to Gather, and is still learning as we go, and really excited by the amount of interactivity we can offer there.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're looking to purchase a ticket, you can do that on eventbrite.com, and I'll put the link to that in the chat, and just search for Audio Developer Conference and you can purchase the tickets. They're discounted tickets as well for indie developers. So if you have a smaller company, or if you're studying, whether you're studying in high school or at university, there's discounted tickets that are appropriately priced for those as well.
I should also mention probably that if you actually do want to attend in person, because you are in London or you can get to London, there is still also the opportunity to purchase in-person tickets, and you can be part of the in-person experience, and we will have a very good crowd there as well. So just want to mention that too.
Yeah, absolutely. All of it. Yeah, actually, Ralph, Josh, Teamer, myself will all be there. And there is also some fantastic pricing on those in-person tickets for academics. So if you're a student or academic, it makes a lot of sense.
So the in-person venue is going to be Code Note, which is the same as ADC 17 and ADC 18. So some of you maybe have been there, you will recognize it. They're back in business and we're going to be back there. So that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
Do you want to mention about, there's also another reason to go to the in-person, the perks of, there are 2 events. There are actually a few that are very specific to the in-person. There is a Women in Audio reception that's very important to us, and that's coming back this year for the in-person. So very excited by that. And if you've been following us on social, you'll see some of those schedules, but it's also on the audio.dev schedule tab. There's also the open mic night and quiz night. Teamer, do you want to plug any of those?
Yeah, so I can plug the open mic night because I'll be hosting it, as I have done in previous years on multiple occasions. It's basically 5-minute lightning talks, except they don't have to be actual talks. They can also be musical performances or stand-up comedy gigs or anything fun and informal that you want to share with everyone. You can get like basically 5 minutes on stage, do whatever you want. You can sign up for that if you go to audio.dev/schedule. And you find the open mic night. There's going to be a link there to a Google form that's where you need to go to sign up. And there's going to be prizes for the best performances there. So I think that's going to be really, really exciting. So if you are there in person, you can sign up for that.
Teamer, Avid did ask us if we would plug their top prize for us. So do you want to do that or mention that?
Sure. So if you actually win the open mic night, which means you're going to have the best contribution as voted by the audience by a method that I have not yet determined, then you can win an Avid Carbon HDX DSP accelerated audio interface, which is worth quite a lot of money. So it's a really cool piece of hardware. So
yeah, they're including the software and their plug-in packs and everything. I think it's multi-thousands of worth of hardware software there, so that someone's going to walk away really happy. And then we have a lot of other prizes too. That's a generous gift and prize from Avid.
Cool. Shall I talk about the workshops a little bit?
No, that'd be great, Josh. Yeah.
Cool. I'll share my screen. So we'll do this. There we go. And here we are. So we're currently on the audio.dev site. So that's a great place to go if you want to find out more information on where to purchase tickets, find out the schedule, and just find out more about the sponsors and what's happening in general. And here we're proud to be doing the workshops in collaboration with ADC. And we have some really great people who are going to actually be producing these workshops, and I'm very proud of them, and I'll go through them a little bit individually. So getting max out of Gen is by Isabel Kaprisky, who is actually an engineer for Cycling 74. And so she'll be speaking about that. And that'll be a great workshop for people that maybe have a lot of experience with developing in Max MSP, but are looking for ways to get that out into a Juice project or onto a Raspberry Pi or other ways. So the second workshop is Introduction to CI, which stands for Continuous Integration, set up in the cloud. And that is by Akash Murthy, who actually works here at the Audio Programmer as one of our developers, and he's a fantastic developer. And he's going to be talking a little bit about continuous integration. And that's going to be another great talk for people who have their own independent plugin companies that are looking to streamline their work process. And so he'll be speaking about that. Next workshop is building an analog screamer pedal, and that's given by Eric Tarr. So you heard in the talk by Landon about Eric Tarr. He is a legend in the DSP and plugin game, and he has been nice enough to join us to talk about how to make an analog screamer pedal. So if you're curious about analog modeling, come to this workshop. Then the next workshop is given by the Focusrite team, and they're going to be talking about testing. So this workshop is called Put It to the Test. It's a workshop that is talking about how to get started with testing your audio plugins and audio apps. So testing is a way that people are able to build their apps in a more robust type of way. And especially if you're going to be building an audio application that is going to need to stand the test of time and be distributed to a wide array of people. So that's given by the Focusrite team. So you know that's going to be an awesome workshop. Then the next one is a journey to screen reader accessibility, and that's given by the good people at Ableton. So there are these 4 people here, but we also have some others that are going to be joining for this workshop, and that's going to be an awesome one. So if you're curious about accessibility in audio, that is a great workshop to learn how to get started using the native APIs for Windows and Mac, and getting into that. Then we're proud to have the Juice team back to talk to you about building your first audio plugin with Juice. So I think there are a few people that would have more expertise about how to actually build an audio plugin with Juice than the actual people that created the framework. So we're proud to have the Juice team to give their time to talk about that. And the final workshop is how to turn your love of code into a decent living. So many people ask me all the time, how do you make money doing this thing? Well, there are a few people that would be able to talk about it better than somebody like Russ Hughes, who has been able to build several online businesses successfully. And he will be talking more about marketing your plugin, marketing your product, and how to actually make a living and make some money out of building audio plugins and apps. So yeah, it's great to be partnering with ADC for this, and I'm very proud of this strong program that we've been able to put together. And thank you to the people that have also generously offered their time to share with us. So thank you, and we hope that you're able to attend. If you haven't got a ticket, please get one.
Hey, Josh, that was a great overview. I appreciate that. There were a couple questions that came in. Maybe we can see if anyone has questions online. I saw that a question came up. Can attendees share their screen in the Gather interface for portfolio sharing purposes? And then yes. Ralph, I'll let you answer that one.
Yes, yes, there is a share ability within Gather, and yes, you can share, and the people around you will, just like when you see the video, they will see what's on your screen. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Any other questions? So there was one asking about finding the answers to some questions from a talk from ADC 2020. I might have to link up with Jas offline to talk about that and see. So I know Andy, and I can see if we can get the answers to those for everybody. Cool. Anything else that we've missed? So we've talked about workshops, general overview, Gather, purchasing a ticket.
I I think we covered all the main points. I mean, we just wanted to share today a sneak peek of that Gather interface because so much time went into creating it. Ralph has really led the charge there, along with other team members, Jim Roper and Lena Brzezinskis. And I just think that it's just an exciting space. And I hope that a lot of our attendees really take the time to meet other attendees, because I think that's a great way to, just informally meet, but like someone just asked, a way to share your portfolio and your information. I do believe with the Sched, we're using the Sched scheduler program to show our program this year, the schedule of the event, but it also, that becomes another area where attendees can upload a bio of themselves and information if they wish to share with other attendees. I think that's another way to also network.
Yeah.
Audio.dev, right? The website.
That's the website. Absolutely. Yeah. I always, in my talks with Andrew, who's the person who actually is, what's his official role? VP? Is he the VP of PACE? I think he's the VP. Yeah. Sorry if I've messed that up, but
nope. He's the big guy. He's good.
Yeah, head honcho. And we've had discussions about ADC and where it is in the audio development community space. And I've compared it to like the Super Bowl. So it's almost like the Super Bowl or the World Cup of audio development community activities. So it's the place where everybody just gathers to exchange information, meet each other, and help expand their career. So hope you can join us next week, whether it's in person or virtually. Cool. I think we've
really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Teamer. This was a lot of fun. Landon, really appreciated your talk. I'm a huge nut with vintage analog guitar pedals, and I've been working on modeling some stuff. I worked on a product called Digidesign 11. I was the head product manager and working on all the algorithms on the 11 box and those pedals and whatnot. And it's a topic dear to my heart. When anyone talks about distortion, I'm always all ears and want to learn more. So yeah, and I model in Max as well. So awesome stuff.
Amazing. Awesome.
Good stuff. Cool.
Right.
I think it's a good time for us to wrap up.
Yeah. I think that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we sign off, just want to give a shout out again to the people supporting the audio programmer meetup. So Focusrite, Sonics, and the Juice team. Thank you for supporting and sponsoring the audio programmer meetup. Once again, we are looking for people to present at the audio programmer meetup. It's held every second Tuesday of the month. And you can submit your talk on theaudioprogrammer.com/submit. Once again, you don't have to be an expert or a guru to submit. It could be your first university project, or if you are a guru, we'd also invite you to come along and share with us. It's all about sharing and just networking with other people, and also be sure to join our Discord on theaudioprogrammer.com/community. Great place to meet other people and connect. With that,
exactly. So we see you in 5 weeks' time on the 14th of December, which is the second Tuesday of December. And with that, thank you very much for listening, and see you next month. And hopefully see many of you at ADC, either virtually or on site, depending on what you prefer.
Yeah, cool. All right, I will end the stream now, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye, everybody.
Bye.